said what I feel, and every time I took the blame, carried all this quiet shame, 'cause all the pressure in my chest, I've got to fight to catch.
Good morning, everybody.
When every step still feels the
Getting really close to finishing up our piece here. Do some effects today, but finish up the fishing tendril. Where is... There it is. There it is, I found it. I found it.
Not giving up, it's my turn this time. They took a shot, now I want mine. You fall, I rise, I take the wheel. So this is how it feels. Where do I go
from here? Ooh, there's a new song. New song! Do we trust? No, never trust the bots. Don't trust the bots because they lie to us all the damn time. That was a neat song. I'd be like, it's not attached. No, I know it's not attached. I know. It's driving me insane, but I found this layer first, so we're working on this layer first. Where do I go from here? You'll disappear. Feels right. Realize that doesn't actually stand out enough. Where are they? Or you're never gonna remember to do this later. I need to do it now. Get out of here. Dare I even ask what layer I drew this on? Oh man. I had to do it above the necklines.
Not giving up, it's my turn this time. They took a shot, now I want mine. You fall, I rise, I take the wheel. So this is how it feels.
Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. That's the fishing line. Where the crap did I put them? Well, this doesn't make any sense because it's clearly above the necks. Found it. Maybe not increase the saturation, maybe just increase the luminosity. Yeah, it really doesn't show up. We're just gonna have to go warmer. It's, hey, Melpheus. I don't remember if you asked me or not, but yes, I used to. I played competitively during the, original Mirrodin / Kamigawa blocks. But it turned me into... It made me miserable as shit, because, like, one, being a femoid in a situation back in the early 2000s where the competition was dominated by guys, and there was not a lot of, hey yo, maybe don't be intensely abusive towards female players. Just as a general thing that you could do just to not be a douche was never a thing that was remotely enforced, ever. And you might be like, oh, well, you're so sensitive. I'm literally talking about guys talking about, like, taking me out the alley out back and causing me bodily harm. Like, literally talking about endangering my life. And of course, I, being a very autistic chick, not understanding that that wasn't maybe just a joke or a way to communicate with guys. Anyways, that being said, I used to play an incredibly toxic discard deck that basically made everything you do allow me to force you to discard more cards. You could never have cards in your hand. You could never keep cards in your hand. I had just made you discard all of them. But I also, like, play, like, because, like, now Commander's a thing. Like, I really kind of stopped playing Magic right around the time that the whole idea of having a... what are they called? A walker? Whatever they are. Planeswalker. Actually having a Planeswalker who is a Planeswalker who isn't just creature type, but is actually like a special type of creature type. I stopped playing around that time because, honest to fuck, the fact that they'd come up with like a new level of card at that point made me realize that like there was no way to keep up with it. And drafts were such a miserable experience. Especially since in my area there was a lot of people who they'd go to the event, like they'd go to the drafting event, but then they wouldn't play. They'd go to the drafting event to see who got the good cards, and then convince those people to give up their cards for an unknown sum of money, because usually like they'd go to like the very early drafts, like the draft just as the game came out. So you would know the worth of your cards. And they'd be like, well, okay, this card here is worth $20 here, and you can see here on this magazine here that that's, you know, and of course, like, they were part of, like, some insider community on Magic the Gathering that was gonna take all these cards and, like, you know, turn around and resell, or, you know, make it impossible to actually, like, play the game because they'd already collected all the cards out of the area, sort of thing. Yeah, it was toxic as shit. Anyways. I used to play a type of multiplayer that was multiplayer. Like, it wasn't Commander. I played a little Commander. I didn't really like it, because to be fair, if I could attack anybody, let me attack anybody! God damn it! But I played a little Commander. But back then it was called Emperor, and Emperor didn't actually have a Commander card. Like, it didn't have that Planeswalker special card that would, like, represent you sort of thing, and you could do its ability and play it for a certain amount of mana that, like, whatever, all the other random rules of Commander. Emperor used to just be 3 players versus 3 players, and you had in order for you to attack one of the players, you had to, like, kill one of the players to either side of the Emperor, and then your forces could attack the other player that was in the middle. That was a kind of fun format. But the other one that I liked was just Chaos multiplayer. You get like 10 people playing their decks all at the same time. And Chaos multiplayer was absolutely some of the funniest fucking shit that I ever did. I used to play the stupidest decks in all of existence that only worked in a format that big. You're like, how do you play? You just, the person to your left plays next, the person to their left plays next. So like, you'd have people playing like an entire, like, you know, token generation, fucking elf everything, mana generating nonsense, fireballs flying everywhere, and I'd play a 2-mana mirror, and then I'd play another 2-mana mirror, and then I'd tap both of them to play another 2-mana mirror, and they're like, okay, so they're totally ignoring me. And then I would be like, okay guys, just to let you guys know, everything on the board in your hands and in your decks is considered to be artifacts on top of everything else. What does that do? Just makes them artifacts? Really? Like, that's it? Yeah, no, that's all it does. It's a permanent, and it's also, like, you can't remove this permanent because it's indestructible. Why would you do that? I don't know. It's funny. Okay, so they're artifacts, and they're still everything. You know, they keep all of their original text, everything else. They just are artifacted in addition to everything else. Well, I guess that's not too bad. You're not gonna say that in 2 rounds? Like 2-headed giant? Only it was a 3-headed giant, where the middle head of each part was, we called it Emperor. It may have just been like a local format. But I didn't really like it because I like being able to attack anybody and play things like Mycosynth Lattice, which makes everything on the board an artifact. And then I take a Panoptic Mirror, which allows me to remove a spell, like what's it called? So you remove it from game. You remove a card from game, but you basically put it underneath the mirror. And during your upkeep, you play that card. So we have a Panoptic Mirror, and we put Echoing Ruin underneath it. And then I say mountains. And then I say plains. echoing ruin destroys. Hey! So basically, every upkeep, I destroyed a type of land. I just destroyed all of that type, because it's destroy that land and all other land with that, or sorry, destroy an artifact and all other artifacts with the same name that are in play. So it's just like, all your mountains, all your plains, all your forests, all your islands, all your swamps. Okay, they're all gone. And as a note, my mana comes from mirrors and artifact lands that have a different name than mountain. Hey, I can actually talk about an embarrassing moment. And Magic the Gathering at the same time. I did say double bone dog, because I did have a double bone dog. Actually, you know what? The other day I had another double bone dog and said double bone dog. No, this was truly embarrassing. So I was playing like a tournament with again, just the world's most awful dregs of humanity bastards. Terrible fucking people. Why did I do that to myself? Anyways, so I'm playing white meow meows, cats. So lions of various flavors. So lions in Mirrodin was like cat folk sort of thing. A lot of them had cool things like first strike and double strike and flying, and they had like a decent amount of healing, and they also interacted with equipment pretty good, and to be fair, they were actually one of the weakest groups, but I like cats because I'm stupid, and I decided I won't play my cat deck at the tournament. Of all the bad choices I could make, of course. So I go to the tournament with my cat deck, and I end up against this guy who, he's playing one of the more powerful decks, but he's playing an Angels, like Clockwork. What was it? Clockwork and Angels. So there's a card from Mirrodin, original Mirrodin, called Platinum Angel, where so long as the Platinum Angel is in play, you can't lose the game. So it's a 4/4 flying. It's a 4/4 with flying and an artifact. And if it's in play, the other player can't lose. So you can lower their life total past 0, like you can you know, give them 10 poison tokens, you can do whatever you want, but they can't lose the game while the Angel's in play. And the thing is, I had run out of all of the cats that had flying. Like, he was very, very careful to remove all of them before he put the Platinum Angel down. And, you know, basically, I was sitting there, and I realized I had one card that I had never played. So, you know, I kept increasing my health. So the thing is, he also needed to kill me. Like, I wasn't gonna give up. He also needed to kill me, and I had like 45 fucking health because the cats had this ability on upkeep to bring back a single artifact, and I brought back a white spell bomb, which gives you +5 health when you use it. So I would bring back the spell bomb, blow it up, and give myself 5 health every turn. And he was only dealing 4 damage every turn. So he kept on, like, reaching across to try and shake my hand and be like, I don't think you quite understand how this works, but I win. I'm like, keep playing. So the thing is, our round was taking so long because I had to go through so much of my frickin' deck to try and find this one card that would save my bacon. Finally get the card in hand, and by then I had like a group of guys behind me, and all of them laugh at the same time. All of them laugh at the same time. They're all just laughing and crying. and he's just like, oh, what's the big deal? I'm like, it's your turn. I have 45 health, what are you gonna do? And he's like, well, I guess I attack with my Platinum Angel again. He used Armed Retaliation. Armed Retaliation unequips all of that equipment from one of your characters, and I had gotten him into negative health, like he had like negative 10 health. It unequips all equipment for one of your characters and uses the mana cost of all those equipment to deal damage. So I blew up his angel, and he fucking died. And he was so angry about it. Oh, there was a really... You look up Kiki Jiki. Look up Kiki Jiki and Krark's Thumb. Those came out in Kamigawa and Mirrodin, and my cousin used to play a red coin flip deck with those cards. I'll type them into chat so you can actually read them. Kiki Jiki and Krark's Thumb. Those are really fun cards for coin flip. Red coin flip. Why didn't anyone tell you about Big Hero 6? I don't... Oh! Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yep. Hi, Decarius. Also, hell yes for autistic arcade guy who likes the coins. I think it was Kiki Chiki. I might be wrong with the name, but like... Would you just be fucking honest with yourself? Oh, maybe it's not Kiki Jiki. Oh, I know what that is. Okay, so you use Kiki Jiki in combination with another coin flip card. It basically, you do a combo with him and some other freaking goblin card. Flip a coin. Krark's Thumb and Fiery Gambit. So I think what it was is you would use Kiki Jiki to create a copy of a card that allowed you to bring a sorcery back into your hand, which allowed you to play Fiery Gambit every turn. I don't remember the name of the card that actually allowed you to put the sorcery back into your hand. But that was the idea, is that you could create this copy of a card every turn that would allow you to Fiery Gambit every turn, which would allow you to use Krark's Thumb to basically win every coin toss. And then you nuke the board. There is a thing, like the Pixar moms, like the Disney moms even, like the big booty girls. I'm not describing Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm describing Magic the Gathering. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a lot of like, I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! Admittedly, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Like on the PC back when it first came out, like when the video game first came out. And honestly, it's a lot of like, I sacrifice this dragon and this dragon to make this dragon, which is much bigger. And then you're like, and then the next turn I take this dragon and sacrifice it so that I get even bigger dragon. That to me, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Or, I got 5 cards in my hand that are all parts of Exodia and then I blow you up. There's also this, like, what's really funny is, the people who I really hated playing against are people who played, like, these like, I don't want to say token decks, because that's not correct. They're not token decks, because it's not about tokens, but, like, they're, like, net decks. When you look on the internet and find a good deck, and then you're like, ah ha ha, I'm playing the really good deck, what are you gonna do about it? I'm going to win, sort of thing. To me, that's boring as shit. But if somebody brings in a deck that has, like, fun shit going down in it, I was always so down to play that because it was funny or fun. Imagine being fun. You wish Pixar MILFs were real? I mean, they'd probably have hip problems. Like, it's like breeding pugs. Like, they end up with hip dysplasia and shit. Yeah, there's a lot of cards. Like, the thing is about Magic is, in my opinion, and this may no longer be true because I haven't played Magic in a very long time. But the people who created Magic the Gathering at first, like Wizards of the Coast, did an enormous amount of work to try and balance that shit. Did they always succeed? No. Did they sometimes accidentally create infinite combos? Fuck yes. Did they accidentally sometimes create a one-turn kill combos? Absolutely yes, they did. But they tried. Which is better than I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever managed. I don't feel, again, because I've only played Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit, but I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a little, what's the right term? It's a little, like, microtransaction-y. It's a little pay-to-win. It's a little, when we bring out the new set's definitely gonna have better cards than the last set. So if you don't pick up the new set, you're definitely not gonna be able to compete anymore. Also, all cards are legal until we say they aren't, and when they become illegal, boy, I hope you didn't spend $100 on that one card that everybody's been playing with. I mean, Magic does that now too, but back when Magic first came out, I feel like they did a lot of work to try and balance it. Like, a lot of play testing, a lot of, like, you know, mana balancing. That isn't to say that I didn't literally play, like, early Magic back when, like, people would just, like, put out 2 millstones and just absolutely wreck your shit because they were playing with, you know. Because the thing is, it's funny, is I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh's got an upward limit of their decks, right? I think. Magic technically didn't for a very long time. And then they had to start doing the 40 card thing because of things like millstones. Like, you would play millstone and someone would just be like, oh, I have a card. I have a deck for that. And then they'd pull out a 300 card deck and you'd be like, you fucker. Are you kidding me right now? Have I played against someone who had a 300 card deck? Actually, I think it was more than 300 cards, and yes. Big Koala is G. You play elemental cards and trap mostly, like mostly direct damage. So that's kind of a red deck in Magic the Gathering. Pixar mills are hot, which is my favorite. You're gonna make me look. You know what? I'm not even gonna be embarrassed by this. I'm going to look up a list of Pixar moms, and then I'm gonna tell you. Make me sing round and round, round and round, round and round. Okay. Oh, you. Boy, they're including a lot in this list, aren't they? Holy shit. Some of these shouldn't be included. Also, those are only the Pixar moms. And Disney moms that have a big booty. You think that Google's gonna give me the correct answer? No. The Pixar dump truck meme. I mean, yes, but also, do I have... Can I have some more examples thereof, or are we just gonna suffer? I mean, it's better than how it used to be, where they didn't have anything in their trunk at all. I mean, I'd have to say Mrs. Incredible. Like, that's just my very first instinct, straight up. But I feel like there's gotta be more than just her, and I just am not thinking of them. I mean, Aunt Cass is really hot. But you know what's weird? Okay, here's the thing about Aunt Cass, and the reason why my brain just will not let me like her that way, is she reminds me of the Aunt May from, oh my god, why have I blanked on his name? The most recent Spider-Man, but not Miles Morales. His Aunt May. He reminds me of that actress. Aunt Cass reminds me of that actress. Like, to me, it's just that actress, and my brain just doesn't register her as being, like, sexy. Oh, I think you probably mean Inside Out. Does she have a booty? I don't remember her having a booty. I mean, that's kind of a tiny booty. Oh, okay, never mind. There is somebody named there is a movie named Inner Workings. Jesus Christ! What am I looking at? Someone took the Pixar mom meme and was like, how big can we make the booty before people rebel and demand answers? Holy shit! What the hell? So seriously, anybody who is interested in trying to figure out just how big a booty can be, Kate from Inner Workings is, yep. What? What? Booty's so big. I wanna love you, baby, all night long. You drive me crazy. I wanna love you, baby. I wanna love you, baby. Okay. How do I do the thing that I want to do? So if I put a layer here, maybe overlay? I don't know if overlay is gonna help this, but maybe it will. All night long, I wanna love you, baby, all night long. Put this up.
In the dark, drawing
Cold blood, hide away. I'm not scared of nothing I'm trying to find.
cross my heart, but took
Do
it
you turn?
against the light, made my skin
Been blood. Time after time,
cause I need
to say sorry. And treat me poorly. Believe us that story.
I'm not gonna say undefeated.
I'll say Justin Bieber for 1 minute. He's a little young for me, but I don't like spiders a lot. Ed and I also know his mom, sort of, indirectly. I've met his grandparents. I used to live in his area, so...
Drawing cold blood, hide away, am I scared of?
I think talking to Justin Bieber for 1 minute is far more tolerable than a day in a spider. A day in a spider cage. No, thank you.
Time after time, guess I need to say
And you're like, wow, I didn't know this about you. It's not really something to brag about. I just lived in the same city as him. Like, well, where his parents lived. His dad is a not okay person.
I'm not gonna say undefeated. 6 feet underground, bury my demons.
Yeah,
I'll say
yeah.
broken and bruised, but I'm never beaten. 6 feet underground, bury my demons. Yeah, that's a funeral.
Do I have his number? No, but I also wouldn't be somebody who would call a person who, you know, doesn't know me. Seems creepy and weird. And speaking of creepy and weird, oh my god. So, like, when I lived in town, it was long after he became famous. Whenever he would come to town to, like, go hang out with his mom or his grandparents largely raised him. He would come to town and the paparazzi would come. But creepier than the paparazzi were, like, the older women, older women who would literally, like, they'd go into my work and they'd be from out of town, sometimes, like, from the US and, like, stuff, and they would be, like, grilling the cashiers, like, do you know him? Where is he now? I need to find him. Like, creepy fucking stalker shit. Terrifying. When I banana all the time. Which instance of banana? No. Like your face.
So damn good when I be on it, I be feeling so good, good when you coke said it, I be feeling every moment till I marry you, regret I had a dinner, I just wanna puke, oh, bitch. The horizon pulls me closer, a whisper in the wind, the map is blank before me, where do I begin? No fear of what's uncertain, the
Oh no. I'm I never. What was I saying? Anyways, yeah, creepy shit. The worst of which was a woman comes racing into the place where I was working, and she is out of breath and sweating and shaking, and I'm like, oh my god, are you okay? And she's just like, I just saw him on the road, and I had to run out in front of the car, and they missed me, and I'm so sad. And I'm not kidding about that. I am not kidding about that. Insanity. Anyway. Anyways, super fans of like normal human beings, uncool, and I wish they would all not exist because it's terrifying on so many levels, and it makes me sad on so many levels that real human beings can be that impossibly creepy about another real human being. Like, a fictional character, whatever, I don't care. Like, what it's not gonna hurt their feelings. Go be weird about a fictional character, I don't care. But, like, when it's a real person... You know what the fucking thing is? I'm pretty sure that she didn't almost get hit by Justin Bieber. I'm pretty sure. She just ran out in front of a random car and hoped that was Justin Bieber. And if you're like, was she American? Yes, she was. Yes, she was! She traveled all the way from the States to try and get hit by Justin Bieber so she could live out her epic fantasy of, I guess, having to go to a hospital because he hit her with his car. You know how I ended up with my legs always hurting and why I can't walk, right? Maybe not. You may not have been here when I've explained that before. That's totally valid. Basically, I'm allergic to a certain medication, and I've tried very, very hard in my life to never, ever, 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 ever take it again. But at one point in time, I was in a hospital, and I had inconveniently forgotten the name of it, and I said it the wrong way, and the doctor looked at me and said, what kind of medication is it? And I said, it's an antibiotic. And she said, oh, so you mean amoxicillin? And I said, no, not amoxicillin. It's fluorochloroquinoquina or something like that. And she's like, well, that sounds like amoxicillin to me, so I don't want to give that to you. We'll give you something else. It's called Cipro. And I'm like, I think Cipro's the generic name. Like, I'm sure I'm saying it close enough that maybe we can look it up online. She's like, I'm pretty sure that what you would be allergic to is amoxicillin. So the last time I took it, took my ability to walk. That's why I don't work anymore, because it's just too painful to stand up for any real length of time. Because it basically, like, some people, oh, I have an allergic reaction to something. Cool. When I have an allergic reaction to this particular drug, it, like, basically shreds my tendons. You know, like, you know, people that get hurt in, like, football game or, like, a baseball game or whatever, and they're like, they tore his ACL, and his calf muscle, like, snapped up almost into his thigh because, like, he tore that tendon. Well, basically, it puts micro tears in every tendon on my body, which is, a tendon is what connects muscle to bone. So, whenever I stand up or move or anything, every one of my tendons is full of itty bitty teeny tiny shreddy tears. So anyways, yeah, so basically, a doctor poisoned me, and that's the reason why I can't walk anymore. So back when I could work, I used to live in the same town as Justin Bieber's hometown. I barely feel pain? What? Oh, the whole concept of an exoskeleton. Honey, I can be sitting down or lying down or just existing and I will always hurt. I'm not saying that to be like, oh, you no, it's just, that's a fact, and that's what you deal with, because, you know, your tendons don't stop, like, your muscles don't stop pulling on your tendons, ever. There's never a point in time where, like, you can relax your body enough that your tendons aren't still pulling a little bit on all of your bones. A little bit? Like, because your muscles are pulling back just a little bit. There's always a little bit of resistance. So because of that, I'm always in pain. So, an exoskeleton sort of thing, aside from the fact that it wouldn't fit me, I'm too fat. Let's just say that straight up. It's probably designed for people who have, like, muscular dystrophy or something like that, where they have a degenerative muscular disease. They are carting my fat ass around. I mean, looking like ergot. But yeah, there will be no instance in which I am pain-free unless I'm on a lot of medication. In which case, I'm not going anywhere anyway, because I'll stand up and fall over. I mean, I can look into it, but it's probably not covered by Canadian insurance. They aren't real big on supporting that sort of thing. But it'd be cool to see. I will check it out for sure. Shadow. Anyways, I now know how to spell fluoroquinones. And I do know how to write it down, and I always make sure to mention it as the primary thing that I am not to be given no matter what, and make people write it down, put it on a wrist strap, and make my nurses aware and double check that they do not give it to me, because I do not want to know what happens on the next dose. I'ma just say it. It's flat. I'm chonky, but chonky in all the wrong ways. It's the curse of being a white chick. It truly fucking is. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. You can be a chonky white chick and not have a booty in the slightest. And I am definitely booty free. I mean, not in so many words, because one of those words I do believe implies that you're pretty and I'm not, so there you go. Yeah, isn't it like Big Beautiful Woman? Yeah, no. No. Just BW. Just big and you know, physically the femaleness. All the periods, none of the pretties. Oh. Why you always agree myself? No, it is. Oh, I don't want to be depressing. My apologies. I just don't. I've had so many weird ass people go full-on parasocial with my ass when I talk about, you know, life in general for me, and they get weird on me, and I just, like, I want to discourage that so badly, because the last time someone went overboard, they basically let me know that they'd found one of my old addresses that I didn't live at anymore, and I lived in terror that my old landlord would give them my current address. Like, the terror was real on so many levels that I was gonna have this person show up in my real life. So I try to be real straightforward that I am not a person for people to be attracted to at all costs, because I don't want to go through that again. I just don't. Hopefully that's understandable. It might not be, because some people just don't take no for an answer, and I'm not big on those people. But I'm also not a person who's like fishing for compliments. The reason why I'm telling people is literally to try and keep myself safe. And it's not that I'm hiding that I'm pretty. No, I'm quite literally not conventionally pretty. Like, I literally am the girl. Okay, so like, I don't know how it is in Ghana, but like in Canada and the US, if you read masculine, i.e. like you look kind of like tomboyish, you look more tomboy, or you look more masculine despite being born a girl, there are people who are shitbags who will stop you from going into bathrooms. That is my lived experience. So I know I'm not conventionally pretty. No, they were stuck in the cartoon, hun. They weren't going after me back when I was still a cam streamer. That happened after I started using the model. Which is one of the reasons why I'm really big on, I use the model as a way for people to understand who the hell they're talking to. And also, so you don't have to look at my ugly face. Like, it's that simple. Like, I knew I drew pretty, but like, no thank you to the showing up at my door, or threatening to. I mean, you can like my personality. I mean, that's fine. I don't mind that. Just, you know, understand that I'm not interested in any flavor of relationship with anybody ever. I am very like aromantic and find the concept of being in a relationship to be utterly mortifying. I mean, that's fair, but like, you know how people like sit there and rip on poor people, like, what's her name? Like, they're constantly ripping on well, they rip on any chick who remotely looks kind of masculine. Treat us all like garbage. Oh, I like it. Oh yeah, now that's standing out nicely. Nice. I'm very happy with that. I mean, the other thing that I was doing back then that I no longer do at all, even a little bit, because now I know it's actually a really bad choice, is I was always giving people the best advice I could when it came to, like, I don't want to say therapy, because it wasn't really therapy, but it was like listening to people's problems and then trying to give them the best advice I could based on those problems. But that made the chat super toxic, and a lot of people ended up feeling really awkward about it, and, like, being like, I really just can't be in chat because people are literally talking about, like, really horrifying crap that happened to them when they were, like, and I was like, you know what? No more of that, then. Because honest to fuck, it was depressing the shit out of me, too. But I felt like I had to because people asked. Now I realize that even if people ask, I also have the ability to say, no, that makes everybody uncomfortable, and that's not your fault, but I'm also the wrong person to ask about this, because I'm not a therapist. I don't have the ability to give you the answers you need when it comes to things like trauma and, like, terrible things from people's childhood. It would be unethical of me, and also, like, fucking gross of me to be like, oh no, all you need to do is this. Please find a therapist. Please. It's best for you, but it's also best for me and my mental health. Where is the glow layer? I'm put in there. Little subtler, yes. Save. Okay. I do have a little bit of schmuch to do in the background, but this is almost done. And then we get to do the other one too. Have you liked the other one? Yes. This actually is a two-part series. So there's this one, which is sort of like a simplified version. And then there's gonna be a very dramatic one, which is gonna have a slightly different angle to it. I think it looks cool though. Anyways, we're gonna save that. We're gonna close that. We're gonna do this.